Visit to social media. It went viral, of course. Yeah, working in your hometown, having your mom drive up. Can't beat that.
Well, some terrifying moments for people in Ukraine as the air raids and ground assault continue. Right now on Denver 7 News at 8 o'clock on Local 3, Russian troops have started their march into Ukraine as we see some of the aftermath of some of the shellings throughout the day. The world has now turned its attention to the situation in Eastern Europe and what comes next after what's being called one of the most tense moments since World War II.
This is right out of the Russian playbook to manufacture a provocation as a justification for invading Ukraine.
And as we take a live look at the capital of Kyiv, throughout the morning, G7 leaders are meeting virtually to discuss the ongoing crisis. President Biden is expected to address the nation at 10 this morning, and we expect he will announce additional sanctions against Russia. Our Veronica Costa is in the newsroom tracking the latest developments right now with the world reacting to this morning, Veronica.
And you mentioned those sanctions, Nicole. The hope there is that these will go against Russia and help hobble the country's economy. The images we're getting out of places like Kyiv, Ukraine's capital, they're just jarring. Moments ago, British intelligence says Russian attacks have hit more than 80 targets. That's across Ukraine. This piece of video new into our newsroom. Take a look at this here. This isn't a hotel lobby that we're going to see here shortly or an apartment building. Instead, it's a subway station. You're seeing dozens, if not hundreds of people there. They're using that spot as a bomb shelter in Ukraine. And all morning long, we've seen and heard those explosions, those sirens coming from the country after Russian troops invaded. All of these people taking shelter because take a look at this. This is what's happening outside in Mariupol, Ukraine. You see those military vehicles on fire, dark plumes of smoke, that fire you just saw there. Troops working around all of that, making their way around the damage as best they can. And we've also shown you images of Ukrainian residents all morning long as well. This is new video. Residents on the country's eastern region packing those grocery stores. You're seeing it all right there, buying as much food as they can in preparation for whatever's next. The United Nations Relief Division is telling nearby countries to brace for a flood of refugees. And there have been rallies for peace around the world this morning. We'll have one right here in Colorado later today. Organizers say they plan to hold a demonstration on the steps of the Capitol at 1 o'clock. We're bringing you the latest updates all morning long, so make sure you're sticking with us. We're in the newsroom this morning. I'm Veronica Costa, Denver 7.
Absolutely, Veronica. Yes, countries including Germany saying they will help with the refugee situation. Of course, hard to imagine what people in Ukraine or with family there are going through. Denver 7 spoke with a woman here in Colorado. She says she is terrified and working to get in touch with her friends and family.
It's like something out of a horror movie. I mean, it's the worst nightmare scenario. They do have bomb shelters, and she said they're all packed and ready to go if and when they feel they need to. We asked them maybe they could travel to the west, maybe to safety, but I don't know. This is so dire. It's so gruesome. It's so scary.
Meanwhile, Colorado lawmakers are responding to the Russian invasion. Senator Michael Bennet has called on the U.S. and our allies to punish Russian President Vladimir Putin for his unprovoked aggression. He's calling for more sanctions, exploring opportunities to support the Ukrainian resistance and to support democracy and the rule of law. Representative Lauren Boebert, meanwhile, is calling on the Biden administration and Congress to turn away from oil and gas exports. She says we must regain our energy independence and also take immediate steps to export far more of our clean liquid natural gas to our European allies. Boebert says taking those steps will tame inflation and strengthen democracies around the world. So we will be updating you throughout the morning with any new developments that come from overseas on air on our website, thedenverchannel.com, and through the Denver 7 mobile app.
It's also a Denver 7 Weather Action Day. As you wake up, you will see more fresh snow on the ground across the metro and in the high country.
Let's take a live look outside right now from our studios here at Spear and Lincoln as the morning commute kind of gets into its heaviest hours. We have team coverage this morning, so you know what to expect as far as the road conditions. Still many frozen and slick spots out there, but we want to get to Lisa first for a look at temperatures that will rise just a little bit up to the 20s today.
Weeks like this, because then we really appreciate spring. You're right, though, it is going to warm up a little bit today. You can see some of the most recent snowfall that rolled through town, last of it on the east side of town, and now we're starting to see a little clearing. You might still get a few flurries with some of that cloud cover this morning, but for the most part, any additional accumulation would be extremely light, and the mountains are seeing some sunshine out west, too. Right now, it's 7 in Denver. Denver 7, love it. A Littleton 4, Boulder right now, you're at 3, so we are above 0 in most spots, just below it on the west side of town there in Golden, 1 below. So your wake up forecast, not as brutal as what we saw yesterday. We're going to be right around 20 degrees by lunchtime, by noon, and then we'll hit highs anywhere from 20 to about 25 this afternoon. So it is going to be a little bit warmer today, still about 20 degrees below normal though. We are expecting a bigger warm up this weekend. We might actually get a little more snow though tomorrow, so stay with me, and here in just a few minutes, Jason, I'll show you when that snow could hit and then just how warm it's going to get next week.
Yeah, we really need a meltdown right now. Actually, we just need some sunshine. The sun plow will really do a lot of work for us later on today. Right now, you still see a lot of slow traffic. Here's one regular plow that's still doing the work on 6th Avenue, trying to get over to I-25. We've had a crash now from 6th Avenue heading to I-25. This is from C-470 to southbound I-25 with a crash down in Lone Tree. And you see some of the other road conditions like up in Boulder. Take a look at the drive that we have overall, and still a lot of slow traffic up to the north side. Earlier rollover crash near Berthoud causing those big delays. It's registering at 2 hours. Not sure it's quite that long, but side roads and Highway 120 or 287 are going to be a better option for you here this morning. Still a lot of slow traffic on C-470 down to the Denver Tech Center, where you're looking at basically triple the commute time in a lot of spots for us here this morning on and off the highways. It will get better. It's just going to take some time for us to get some of this volume off the freeways, let the sunshine do its work, and really improve the road conditions. Christian Lopez is right over here on I-70 heading west, right past Havana, going over here to Central Park and 270. Taking a look at some of the road conditions. You've been out in Aurora, taking a look at the side roads. So, Christian, what's it look like for you right now on the highway?
Yeah, Jason, we're seeing slow traffic in this area as well. Let me show you what we're seeing. So we're seeing a lot more traffic compared to other areas that we've been at this morning. We've been going anywhere between 10 to 30 miles an hour here on I-70. We're going westbound, and just a little while ago we did see a slide off. So a car was going way too fast and ended up going in a ditch. So be very careful out on the roads. It is very slick out here. We've seen some snow plows coming through, dropping some salt this morning, but we can still see that snow, especially built up there on the shoulders. So just give yourself some extra time before you head out this morning. Now we could see that these roads have been plowed quite a few times, so it's making the commute a little bit smoother, but like we mentioned, we've been seeing some scary scenarios out here with those cars that have been going too fast. So just give yourself some time. Keep an eye out when you're out on the roads right now. We're going to stay out here, continue monitoring these conditions for you guys to let you know what to expect as you head out. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Christian. Be safe. And the airport is seeing another day of flight cancellations and delays. 55 flights have been delayed at DIA. Another 78 have been canceled this morning.
ATF agents are trying to help Westminster firefighters figure out the cause of another home explosion. 8 townhomes along Sheridan Boulevard were destroyed yesterday afternoon. Investigators say 2 residents and a firefighter were also hurt in the blast and the fire that followed. Neighbors told us they could feel the heat from the flames.
It was just a giant flume. The whole sky. And then with the wind, it was coming just this way. So all the ash on the ground and everything, it was just coming straight at us.
Everybody's trying to help each other out, man. Grabbing dogs, moving them out the way, carrying old women down the sidewalk and everything.
Westminster police say the complex had hired a construction company to work on water heaters and furnaces. It isn't clear if or how that's connected. The scene was just 2 miles away from a deadly home explosion on Knox Court from Tuesday. Investigators do not believe the incidents are related, though. We'll be right back for more Denver 7 News on Local 3.